I love that it takes only one person to take a stand and start a movement. Let the naysayers nay, name call and threaten, because those threats, even if carried out, are no worse than knowing there's better in life and not speaking to it or acting on it. I've been to the mountaintop was a rallying call and sadly a prophecy all in one. And in between the fearful and fearless leaders that may have been gunned down, disbanded by the government, or stripped of championships and breadwinning for their beliefs, the movement has kept moving. Slowly through red tape and loopholes that were actually systemic snares as the movement crawled, often on hands and knees. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch those people by the toe. Without a civil war, we'd have never let him go. So call it servitude until it became incarceration. The belly of the beast is fed until it bloats, swollen and sick as those enslavement ships. And fast forward to now, with all these rights tell me how this land is always at war and some die and others are pow. But then again, listen to the ones that say I should be grateful in a tone that never atones for the way they say such hateful and entitled speech, comparing ours to ape skulls and primates as time makes throughout history. An existence filled with misery gives my respect to forefathers and ancestors who endured masters and molesters, with the only strength of belief being that time would be their children's protectors. Each generation has given us a moment, and that one who grew up watching and waiting. It may never be planned, but when pushed too far, it's when one stands up, or opts to stay seated on a bus or a bench. Because sometimes you don't need a voice to speak to injustice, for those who know have already heard that same voice in their minds, bodies, and souls for generations before their time. Those who don't may choose to listen or turn a deaf ear, to go along with that blind eye that has been disabling their senses and sensibilities, learned learning disabilities such as fear, hate, and insecurities, which has kept them out of touch and even with privilege advantage has been the class of no taste and simply unable to truly smell the roses. The unhappy shall lament and fight this process of the progress, and look to oppress by the way of law office, lawmakers, enforcers, judge, jury, executioner, because they fear what they know not of. A new revolutionary mind, caught up with the times but is astute to the past, so the action is fast, swift in one breath, or action has the power to lift whole walks of life, who know what it is to walk in fright, not be able to walk at night due to the evil the powers that be unleash on us all in this life. Guerrilla warfare, tactical, let them become irrational. The mind is a weapon, keep it steady and practical. Because we were readying ourselves, wide awake while they were still slumbered. Labeled the minority, but if the people unite, then they know they're outnumbered. It's time, overdue for minds to recognize what the people must do, by any means necessary. And to some, yes, it sounds scary for the way they depict the past in libraries. Time to be of the unconventional mind, the unbreakable spine, the undivided in kind, and fight for yours and you fight for mine. And of course, the methods are often unappreciated because it makes the complacent uncomfortable. The sleeping don't like awakenings, and those who have awakened know we have no time left to sleep. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.